Kenya's electoral body IEBC has announced cancellation of the tender for the integrated electoral management system, citing the need to avoid possible delays. This is after a complaint was lodged with the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority regarding the tender. Instead, IEBC will now take an alternative procurement route that will enable delivery of voter verification kits within legal timelines.
With just 161 days before Kenyans head to the polls,
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
The head of the electoral body IEBC, Wafula Chebukati, is changing tact in an environment he says has been bombarded with court cases hindering any meaningful procurement of materials needed to conduct a smooth general election. Tuesday afternoon, the IEBC announced new measures to curb the challenges it faces in setting up an electronic management system required to deliver credible elections.
The Commission has decided to cancel the tender awarded for the technology. The Commission will put in place alternative measures.
The chair remained vague on what the alternative method will be, but the announcement will no doubt spark intrigues over the 3 billion shilling tender for procurement of a system for voter identification and results transmission. It is feared this may force the country to resort to single sourcing given the tight timelines.
You have vendors fighting out there, the vendor wars, which are trying to undermine our processes. And we as a Commission are not going to allow individuals and people who are doing business to affect our processes.
The decision follows a court ruling delivered 2 weeks ago to have yet another facet of the upcoming elections touching on procurement of ballot papers redone after the opposition coalition challenged the awarding of 2.5 billion shillings tender to a Dubai-based company. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has re-advertised the tender for printing and delivery of close to 130 million ballot papers to be used in the August 8th general elections.
The period we have is sufficient. The remaining period is sufficient to finalize this procurement of ballot papers and to have these strategic materials available within the timelines recommended.
The availability of the ballot papers in time, as well as an integrated electronic system, which is pegged on Section 44 of the Elections Amendment Act of 2016, requires the setup to be in place 4 months to the polls and should be tested at least 60 days before the general elections. IEBC says, despite the time constraints, the Commission is well on track in delivering its mandate in due time. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.